In the year 2005, we decided that we would go ahead and start a family, and in the summer, we were thrilled to find out that we were expecting our first child.
It's a really exciting time. It was my parents' first grandchild. We went through all of the things that folks go through when they hear the news. When's the due date? Is it going to be a boy? Is it going to be a girl? What are the name options? And who gets to make the call on the name? A lot of deciding, a lot of excitement, and frankly, just a lot of people elated for our bundle to joy.
Yeah. It was a typical pregnancy, so we were completely blessed and in awe of the joy of having a child, and we found out that we were having a boy, and we were just beyond words because I had always dreamt of having a boy, and obviously Rob did too. So we would name him Dominic Francis Rotondi. We did all the prepping. We did the childbirth classes. We had a beautiful shower. We decorated his room. We washed all his clothes, put them away.
And bought lots of stuff down.
Yeah. And I had a routine doctor's appointment when I was 36 weeks pregnant, and that was 4 weeks shy of my due date. And I just thought I was going in for a typical doctor's appointment by myself. And at that point, the doctor couldn't find a heartbeat. And she told me that I needed to go to the hospital just to confirm. And it was the longest drive of my life. And when I arrived there, they rushed me into the ultrasound room. And at that point, a stranger told me that my son was no longer alive. So I had to make the agonizing call to my husband to let him know.
Yeah, I remember getting the call. It was at the office. It kind of started out like any other typical day, all the things you take for granted instead of running through the course of your day. Getting ready for the office, checking the BlackBerry on the way in, doing the things that you think are so important, going to meetings, and then I got a call, and I knew something wasn't right. Heather wouldn't tell me exactly what was wrong, but immediately just sort of jumped in a car and made my way back home. And it's something you really can never prepare yourself for. To hear those words, that your son has passed, and so it was great to be able to be together at that point. But there was a part of me that wished I had been there from the first moment she said something was wrong.
The doctors gave us an option to either go home or deliver the baby, and at that point we decided it was the right decision to deliver the baby. And after 23 long and excruciating hours of labor, we delivered Dominic Francis Rotondi. He was a perfect, beautiful little boy that resembled both of us beautifully, if I can say so myself. We were given as much time as we wanted to spend with him, but really that meant 2 hours where he was baptized. We held him, we kissed him, we spoke to him as if he was alive. His grandparents were able to hold him as well. We took pictures, and it was just awful. It
was. I mean, your words really can't explain. The amount of pain you go through with something like that. It's. I remember leaving the hospital and coming home to all the things that we had done to prepare. The clothes, stuffed animals, the room. The crib, everything, and all of it was a reminder, so that's when the process of sort of healing, begins, and you're with family and friends, but most importantly, we're with each other, trying to find the best way to get through.
You're forever changed from that point. You're a completely different person, and what was a normal life before is no longer. You have to find the way in which you want to conduct your life. And after we were able to get through the second, then get through the minute, then the month, then the year, we were really able to determine what we're going to do about this tragedy. And we vowed to ourselves at that point that Dominic's life would not be in vain, and we would live his legacy, and that is to make a difference in this world and make sure that no other family has to endure the type of pain and agony that we had to deal with.
Yeah, you always think that it can't happen to you. It's 1 in a million. But when you go through something like this and you start to have discussions with other people that have as well, you find out it's not 1 in a million. It's more like 1 in 100. And you start thinking, why is it so prevalent? What can we do so it doesn't happen again? What can we do to help people that it's happened to? How can we support? And that's really been the mission, ever since.
And the way, like Rob said, we keep his name and his spirit alive is through all the work that we do. And it initially started out with fundraising. And at the year of his passing, we had a fundraiser where we generated over $12,000, and we disseminated it across different organizations. And those are the people that do it best. They advocate the important legislation, and they do stillbirth research, and they promote solutions. But we knew there was so much more that we can do. And since then, we established a fund in Dominic's name. We generate a lot of money in his memory, thanks to our very supportive and generous family and friends. And we're very active with First Candle, which is where the fund is. And we're very active in the initiatives that are managed there. And they're all around stillbirth and what we're going to do to prevent it. And that also includes the legislation advocacy that we do, Day on the Hill, and we do it from home via email and call campaigns. And we won't stop. It is our mission to always keep Dominic's memory and spirit alive, not only through the work that we do, but the way in which we live our lives, which is with more purpose and meaning.
Yeah, the efforts really helped us heal, and we think through all the work we do with First Candle, all the groups that we support, and the doctors that we work with, that we can help others through the journey as well.
So we immediately got involved in the stillbirth community because we knew we had to make a difference, and we had to ensure that we kept Dominic's spirit and memory alive. And the best way that we could do that is through charity work. And initially we got involved through generating funds in which we would disseminate to different stillbirth organizations, because they are what they do best. They advocate important legislation around stillbirth. They make sure that there's important research to identify root cause and implement very important solutions to ensure that no other baby passes away innocently, like our son. So that was the first thing that we did. And then we knew that there was so much more that we could do. And so we established a fund in Dominic's memory, the Dominic Francis Rotondi Memorial Fund. And thanks to our very generous and supportive friends and family, we've generated a lot of funds where we can continue this work.
I remember getting to the hospital the day that we found out. It was surreal. Heather was there. Obviously, she was very hurt. My parents were there at a time where you expect to be so much joy, and you can hear it all around you, right? Babies are being delivered all over the place. People are there with flowers and balloons, and that's not in store for you and your family. It was a difficult time, in going through it with the folks at the hospital, who were nothing but excellent to us in our time there. Made all the difference in the world. How kind folks are in the face of some of this. There were even some senior citizen groups there. They had knitted a little outfit for him to wear, a hat. And what most folks don't realize is when you have a child that passes, you have to go through full delivery and all the things that go with it. We were fortunate enough to be able to actually have some things from his birth, his handprint, his footprint, lock of his hair, things that we can remember him by, even for the short time we had him. So we feel blessed for that time, even as brief as it was. Wish it could have been a lifetime, but the same token, we needed to try and move forward, and we felt, working with the organizations like First Candle and with doctors like Dr. Collins was a really critical step in us healing and helping others not only to heal but to prevent that pain from ever occurring again.
And you can talk a little bit while you do this, and so that you're not statically.
That's okay. I'd rather just statically.
Yeah. Statically. Move your fingers a little bit. Do some hand movements. You can give me a finger massage.
I'll rub you like you're upset. You need to be consoled.
Okay.